There have been revelations and findings that Igbos are the origin of Ife in southwestern region. In recent time, Ooni of Ife affirmed that, suggesting that they met Igbos in Ile Ife, which is now predominantly the Yoruba settling. Your take on this development?
The Inwirin family in Ile Ife, they are related to Obatala. They say that they are related to the Igbos in the southeast. Go and make your research. Inwirin family in Ile Ife. History proved that the bronze head of Obatala in Ile Ife, the white explorers, they came and they said that all those bronze heads there are traced to Igboku and Nri, and that Igboku and Nri is older. Look at it here. It was recorded here. They said that this shows that Nri priests are around all those Ile Ife doing spiritual works there. All those work of art there are related to Nri and Igboku, which is proof that your ancestors of Batala migrated from this our side to that place, and you people are here saying rubbish. Yoruba people fought the longest intertribal war in the history of Africa, a war that lasted for 16 good years, invading each other, killing each other, using each other for slavery and sacrifice, doing all manners of rubbish to each other, and that is because they are not one people. That name Yoruba is the only thing that brought them together as a people. Don't be saying that they united. Many of them are of different origins.
Yeah, I am aware that Oni said it. That Yorubas met Igbos there. And you know from the word go that the western part of Nigeria belongs to the Yorubas as their paternal inheritance. But the east belongs to Igbos. Now, for the Yorubas to meet Igbos as aboriginals in a supposed Yoruba land or enclave, that mystifies me. And so, thinking through it, I am thinking maybe because of the traveling exploring nature of the Igbo man, because we Igbos, we move a lot, being Jews that we are, that those Igbos migrated from somewhere to settle there before Yorubas expanded to that place. You understand? And so if you call them aboriginals, as Oni did, you won't be wrong. But that being said, Ife, being a part of the West, is a Yoruba land. It belongs to Yorubas. But respect must be given to Igbos there, who seem to be the founding fathers of that place.
If the Ooni of Ife, who happens to be the custodian of the Yoruba culture, will acknowledge that Igbos are their Abu origins, then what other arguments do we need to unsettle that truth that possibly Igbos owns Ile Ife as a matter of fact?
If you say that, well, that's an opinion. But it will rack up the head of the Yoruba man. It will look like to him, these Igbos have come again to even collect our own land, to even claim ownership of our own land. You know. So I wouldn't say that what the Oni means is that that part of Yoruba land belong to Igbo. Of course, it cannot belong to Igbo. No, I believe through migration, Igbos got there first. That is it.
Through migration, Igbos got there first, meaning anyone that got there first should be considered the owner of the place if the place is vacant. So where have been the Yorubas? The Can you throw light on the originality of the Yorubas? There have been several contradictory findings, opinions about. Some say that it's Yorubas have from Odua. Some say that it's not the case. the help from Israel, and the rest of them. Amidst all these controversies.
How well, for me, right from the word go, I have heard and known that Yorubas are Omo Oduduwa. That Oduduwa is their father. They themselves know. And I've heard that Oduduwa migrated from Mecca. You understand? Oduduwa never migrated from Israel. If Oduduwa was from Israel, then Yorubas are Jews. But that's not the case. Yorubas are not Jews, but Igbos are Jews. So the story, the history is that Oduduwa migrated from Mecca. And as the case is, he's the father of the Yorubas. You understand? So that is it. They are not Jews.
Some persons claim that Yorubas have affinity with Edo people, as it's been claimed that Oduduwa is one of the sons of Edo king, the Oba of Benin, but sometimes it has been debunked by the Oba of Benin pilots that the Oba does not have any son named after Oduduwa.
I don't know for sure, but I think Oduduwa is older than the Edo kingship. Oduduwa cannot be a son to Oba of Benin. No. But one thing I know is that history has said that Benin people and Yorubas are one. That there is this blood relationship between them. And that's why today, when you talk about Biafra, some Edo people tell you no, they don't belong to Biafra, that they belong to Oduduwa. They belong to Yorubas. You understand? And it's a matter of right, choice, and right. Anybody can belong to where he wants. You understand? So I don't think that the Oba of Benin gave birth to Oduduwa. For me, Oduduwa is older. So somebody cannot give birth to his father.
Okay, possibly we will get to dig more on this subject. Possibly, if it happens that Igbos are the Abo origins, as admitted by the Ooni of Ife, possibly they will start paying the Igbos royalty. Don't you think that is fair?
The Yoruba man will never do that because he's always afraid of the Igbo man. He's also always afraid that the Igbo man will dominate him. And that is still the case today. You understand? Yoruba man feels jittery at the presence of the Igbo man, feeling like the Igbo man will obtain him. So if you ask them to pay homage to Igbos in Ife, they will think it's a daylight robbery and they wouldn't want to do that.
But if the Oni could affirm that, well, who am I to object? But whatever be the case, Igbos are being considered as the oldest civilization on the surface of the earth. Your take on that perspective?
Yeah, that is it. We are the first democracy the earth ever knows. Democracy has always been the Igbo man's way of life. That's our culture. Democracy. Everyone have the right to their choice. And that is God, because God is a Democrat. That's why He created us as free moral agents. And He has never tampered with the right to choice that He gave to humans. You understand? And that is democracy. So that is the way of life of Igbos. Democracy. We are natural democrats. So the earth knows that yes, this is the first democracy it has witnessed, the Igbos.
So when the whites eventually met the Igbos and subsequently subdued the Igbo monarchical system and colonize them. Why was it almost pretty difficult for them to have done that? Is it based on the democratic system being practiced?
Britain didn't come here to help us. They didn't come here to save us. They came here to take what we have. I always tell people, when Britain met us here, because they met us here, they didn't discover us. They met us here. We have been in existence before they came. They were embarking on what is called economic, exploration. They were looking for lands and places all over the world where they can find minerals, natural minerals, to develop Britain, not to develop those lands. You understand? So when they came here and met us, they came in through Calabar, being the main channel to the Atlantic. And they settled in Calabar. That's why Calabar was the first capital. Now, they saw us, they know our system. When they met Igbos, they saw that these people have democracy already. So they didn't give us democracy. They saw our democracy and discovered that our democracy is even better than theirs because it's more natural than theirs. It's a natural way of life. We didn't learn it from anybody. You understand? So Britain didn't give us democracy. They saw democracy in us. The kind of democracy they saw in us was even better than what they had. So Britain, for me, has not impacted on our life positively. They have only worsened our situation.
Always been Igbos in Western Nigeria, which is now what you call Delta State. Years later, his children are coming out to say that Anioma is a word in our language. But the point is, it's not the meaning of the group. These groups are not Igbos. Are there Igbos amongst them? Yes. Are they all Igbos? No. But you want to die over that because in your mind, you must steal what belongs to others, including their identity and their land. I'll give you a very interesting example. There's a group of people in Aniocha North local government called the Olukumi. They are Yoruba. The Igbos in that place refer to them as Odiani. The idea of Odiani really is the concept basically is of aborigines, or the first people of the land, or the people of the land. They are the ones, and so that already tells you that they met them there. But I have seen certain Igbo of this generation saying that all this Olukumi, they just came in the Kiniko century and they met my parents there. Your parents literally called them Odiani. Your parents called them the aborigines of the land, the indigenous people of the land. In other words, they met them there. Nobody is telling you to leave, but you are going to be stupid to be changing their story to make it look like you are the landlord. This is what's going to happen in Lagos if nobody speaks up. In Agbo now, everybody is going back to what they used to be. For instance, now they tell you that the king of Agbo is Dane. They don't want to hear anything connected to Igbo. What happened in Rivers State between the 1940s and the 1970s that was recorded in Sunset in Biafra by Lechi Amadi? That same thing happened in Delta State, where the people who moved into that area became so many that the people of that land had to learn the language and adapted to their culture. It was so bad in Rivers State that as of 1973, at least two ethnic groups indigenous to the riverine areas had already started losing their languages. They were just trying to get it back in the mid-70s. They were speaking Pidgin Igbo in their own land because the Igbos were more than them. Therefore, they had to adapt to that.
Okay, my people, you all have heard what that animal from Yoruba land said. He said that Anioma is not Igbo and that it will never be Igbo. 90% of Yoruba people are evil. They hate Igbo race with passion. He said that Anioma is an acronym. Dennis Osadebe brought the name Aniocha, Ndokwa, Oshimiri, Ika. He added all those names, added Ma to it, and it became Anioma. What is Okwane? Okwane means lowland, great land. Ukwane is Igbo language. So many Bia speaking people bear Ukwane as name. If you go to Enugu State, So many of them are bearing Ukwane as surname. The same spelling, everything, Ukwane. Ika is an Igbo word. Is an Igbo name. Oshimiri is an Igbo word. Is an Igbo name. What is the meaning of Oshimiri? Flowing water. Oshi and Mili. Ife ne Oshimiri, on Oshimiri. That is the meaning of the word Oshimiri. So what we call river is Oshimiri. Anyocha, what is the meaning of Anyocha? Anyocha means clean land. All these words are Igbo words. They are Igbo names. If you go to Yoruba land and tell them that your name is Anyocha, they will be treating you as an Igbo person because they know saying all Igbo people they bear this name Anyocha. Go there and tell them that your name is Ukwane. They will start treating you as an Igbo man, marginalizing you, hating you because Ukwane is an Igbo name. Only it was bear Ukwane. Oshimiri the same thing. Ika the same thing. And this animal is here saying that these people are not Igbos. May Chukwu punish this boy, punish his generation, punish him papa, punish him mama, punish every Yoruba person where they reason like him, punish everyone that is supporting this rubbish that he's saying. So I will say, no, they use derogatory words. Anyone where they preach disunity among the Igbos, anyone where know what make Igbos unite, it not go better for that person. Now, of course, we go to cost that person. Because as we not spoil person own, we not go sit down, watch person, they spoil our own. The boy is a bastard for saying such a thing. What is the language of Ukwane people? Igbo language. What is the language of Ika people? Igbo language. What is the language of Oshimiri people? Igbo language. What is the language of Anyocha people? Igbo language. The names of those regions are all Igbo names. Yoruba people, what they know is to disunite people. That was how Wole Soyinka founded cultism in Nigeria. This cultism that you are seeing, killing people everywhere. It was founded by Wole Soyinka, a Yoruba man. Cultism that was founded by Wole Soyinka, you will see Bini people now, they be indigenous Bini people. They will be killing each other. Cult boys, say that Bini people they be because they're different cult groups. They kill each other, they slaughter each other, waiting Yoruba man creates. Go to Lagos State, the same thing, killings. Yoruba no ever create waiting good. You are here saying, these people are not Igbos, these people are not Igbos. Who is Yoruba? Yoruba is just a political name. Show me one community in Yoruba land that is being called Yoruba. No community in Yoruba land, no single community, no, I said no community in Yoruba land is called Yoruba. That name Yoruba came into existence in Oyo in the 17th century, whereby the Fulani and Hausa people there saw that these Oyo people, they are so corny, they are not truthful. They are so evil. They are so, like, you know, say, betrayal. They say these people that they betray, where they're not good. That was how all those Hausa and Fulani people started calling them Yoruba. And after that, people started calling all those Oyo people Yoruba. That was how these people adopted that name, Yoruba. And all of them are being called Yoruba today. They identify as Yoruba, a derogatory word. Look at what Fani Kayode said here. He said that he is not a Yoruba man. That Yoruba is a derogatory word. Look at the things that he wrote here. Corny bastard. Betrayal, everything. And he's calling we Anyoma people that are full-blooded Igbos. He's saying that we Anyoma people are not Igbos. These people are not Igbo people. Oduduwa, your founder, is not even a Yoruba man. Oduduwa is a wanderer. The word Oduduwa is not even a Yoruba name. So Yoruba people are saying, the father of Oduduwa is called Aburi. So I say, Odifa said that Oduduwa fell from the sky. Odifa said that Oduduwa came from Mali. Odifa said that Oduduwa came from Mecca. Odifa said that Oduduwa came from Egypt. Odifa said that Oduduwa came from Sudan. Odifa said that Oduduwa is the son of Lamurudu. And that Lamurudu is Nimrod. Nimrod have 3 sons. None of those 3 sons is called Oduduwa. You people also said that your Odifa told you that Oduduwa fell from the sky. In 1100s. 1,000 years ago, that letter say, Oduduwa fall from up. From there, people said that, oh, yeah, he came from Okeora. All this Okeora story is just a recent manipulation because we don't even know where Papa Oduduwa from come. What's the meaning of Oduduwa? You people said that Oduduwa means Odu, Ti, Oda, Iwa. Mumu people, why would I not call the name Odu, Ti, Oda, Iwa as the name? Because you people are cutting names, adding to give it a meaning. Oduduwa is not That name Oduduwa not get Yoruba meaning. It's not a Yoruba name. The indigenous of Ile Ife said that they were there before Oduduwa came and met them there. He is not from Ile Ife. The Olubo of Ugbo said that Oduduwa is not from Ile Ife. He's not a Yoruba man. And you where you say you be children of wanderer, person where you say, I don't know where our papa from come. Now you they talk say we Igbos, we and Yoruba people where know where our papa from come. You they tell us say we not be Igbo people. Ile Ife people say that Oduduwa came from the east of Ile Ife. So Ile Ife people now started saying, east of Ile Ife is not this Idu area. It's not all this Igbo area. It's Ondo State. East of Ile Ife, present day Ondo State. And the Yoruba people in Ondo State said that they are children of Oduduwa, that they came from Ile Ife. So how Oduduwa can't they migrate from Ondo State where we say they empty that time? First they migrate from empty bush. Stop lying with the cartoner. You don't know where your father came from. You Yoruba people that are a mixture of so many people. So many Yoruba people have Hausa ancestry. So many that have Igala ancestry. So many of them have Igbo ancestry. So many of them have Ijo ancestry. So many of them have Fulani ancestry. So many of them have Igorobi ancestry. So many of them have Yoruba ancestry. And you people are here busy claiming that all of you Yoruba people are from one root. Look at how Fulani took over Ilorin. So many Ilorin people speak Yoruba language, but their origin is Fulani. In that Kwara state, they have Nupe people there. Some Yoruba people have Nupe origin. Nupe, they came from Nupe. All these people made up this Yoruba population, Yoruba race, Yoruba language that you see today. You be mixture of different people. They thought say people will say there be Igbo people, not be Igbo. Yoruba people fought the longest intertribal war in the history of Africa. A war that lasted for 16 good years. Invading each other, killing each other, using each other for slavery and sacrifice, doing all manners of rubbish to each other, and that is because they are not one people. That name Yoruba is the only thing that brought them together as a people. Don't be saying that they united. Many of them are of different origins. And the animal is here saying, animal people are not Igbos. Fools everywhere. All the time for this boy page now, Igbo, dividing the Igbos. Well, all this rubbish where they talk end on line. No one can divide the Igbo race. Igbo unity is here to stay. Nobody, no entity can divide us. Thanks to Chukwu that we, the frontiers of Igbo unification movement, are from the South. I'm from Ukwane. Deputy Jesus is from Enuane. Igboze is from Eka. The tribes is from Ikwere. Because some man people will talk say, these people are from Southeast. Arrest them. They are trying to disrupt the unity in the South. They are trying to force Igbo identity on people. Now where they talk about Igbo, more can't stop me. Chukwu punish you evil people. He said that those communities in Yoruba land that have Igbo in their names, such as Oke Igbo, Ijebu Igbo, are not the same Igbo in the Southeast, and that they are not related. He said that the Southeast are called Igbo and not Igbo. He said that in historical books that the Southeast are called Igbo and not Igbo. Now, what do our ancestors call themselves as Asian people? Is Bo, Ndebo, Ndibo. Our ancestors do not call themselves Ndibo. Our ancestors do not call themselves Ndebo. No. We call ourselves Igbo, ancient people. Now, the white people cannot pronounce Igbo. That's why they wrote it as Igbo. Example, Ibuzo community is originally called as Igbo Binuzo. Igbo wey live for road. Now, Igbo Binuzo community is also called as Igbo Uzo. Igbo wey dey road. The white people now call them Ibosa. I-B-O-S-A. Ibosa. And today, Ibusa people are being called Ibusa. Who can clean that name? Igbo Dinuzo. Igbo Uzo. Come go write them as Ibusa. Now white people. Ibusa instead of Igbo Uzo. You see, so now white people now write that name as Igbo. History has it that all those Yoruba communities that are being called Igbo are related to the Southeast because That's their name, Ugbo, Igbo, has the same meaning with our own word, Igbo, in the southeast. Yoruba people call bush Ugbo or Igbo. In Igbo land, we call bush Uboko. If you come to all these Anyoma areas, what we call bush is Uboko. What Ikwere people call bush is Igbo. What Yoruba people call farm is Oko. What we call bush is Ubo, Oko. You see? So those two words are related. So you people should stop hiding all these things. We know it. The Inwirin family in Ile Ife, they are related to Obatala. They say that they are related to the Igbos in the southeast. Go and make your research. Inwirin family in Ile Ife. History proved that the bruised head of Obatala in Ile Ife, the white explorers, they came and they said that all those bruised heads there are traced to Igboku and Nri. And that Igboku and Nri is older. Look at it here. It was recorded here. They said that this shows that Nri priests are around all those Ile Ife, doing spiritual works there. All those work of art there are related to Nri and Igboku, which is proof that your ancestors of Batala migrated from this our side to that place, and you people are here saying rubbish. And you are here trying to divide the Igbo race, you will fail.